In this video, we're going to go over regression in SPSS. So the first thing you need to do is figure out what type of regression you're going to use. So in this one, what we're going to do is look at our two variables. We have the number of drinks per week and then the GPA. So we have two different variables here. They're both numerical. So we can use simple linear regression because we have one independent and one dependent variable. If you had more than one independent variable, then you have to use multiple linear regression. So we're going to go into our first step, and our first step is create a scatter plot so we can visualize our data. So we're going to go into graph, and then we're going to go down into scatter, simple, and then we're going to put our independent in the X and our dependent in the Y. So we want to predict our GPA, so we'll put that in Y, and then we'll hit OK. And this will be our scatter plot. So you can see there's really not that much of a trend here. You can see it's somewhat going downwards. So what we're going to do next is we're going to do our correlation and see if we have a relationship here. So if we go back into analyze and then correlate and bivariate, what we're going to do is put our variables in here. And if you want to see the mean and standard deviations, you can, but I'm just going to hit continue. And these ones are both continuous, so we can use Pearson. If they weren't, if one was ordinal, then we would have to use one of these other ones. But they're both numerical, so we're good. So we're gonna hit OK, and we can see that our p-value is 0.003, so they are related. So there is a significant relationship. It's a small negative one, but it is significant. So because it's significant, we can continue on to step 3, which is running our linear regression. So we're going to go into analyze, regression, and we're looking about linear. And again, our dependent, what we're trying to predict is GPA based on the number of days going out to drink. And then what we're going to do, you can look at the statistics. If you want to see these, you can. But for now, I'm just going to check the descriptives one. And then I'm going to hit OK. So this gives us our descriptive statistics, tells us our averages. So then we're going to look at the correlations. And then if we go down here, this is our ANOVA. So this tells us if our independent variable is a good predictor. And this tells us it's 0.003, so it is significant. So we can say that the number of days going out to drink is a good predictor of GPA. And if we look at this next one, this one here, this is going to tell us our equation. So if you look at the B, these are our constants. This is how we'll create our equation. So our equation is going to be Y, which is our GPA, is going to equal 3.563 minus or plus negative 0.132 times the number of days going out to drink alcohol. So that would be our equation, and we can use it because it was a good predictor. So when you want to do reporting, you want to report your B, you want to report your standard error, and then we want to know if it's significant or not. So this one was significant. So it was, our p-value is 0.003. And then to figure out your r squared, you can go back into up here, and this will give you your r squared. So this tells us about 9% of the variation in GPA is based on how many days you go out to drink, which is not very much, but it is still significant. So that is how you do simple linear regression in SPSS.